It's time to join Olamide Odekunle for Trending Now.
Good morning,
Olamide,
guys.
good
How are you
morning.
doing today?
Olamide, good morning.
Great to see all that. I mean, that story really touched me.
Every one of us, actually.
So sad, and I wish her a quick recovery.
Absolutely.
As usual here on TVC, if it's trending, we are talking about it, and our finger is constantly on the pulse. For our first story, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has filed a lawsuit against Bashir Ahmad, a former media aide to ex-President Muhammadu Buhari, over recent social media posts he described as libelous and damaging to his reputation. Now, Kanu, through his lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako, filed a suit at the Enugu State High Court on Tuesday, demanding 100 billion naira in damages. Additionally, he has given Ahmad a 42-day ultimatum to issue a public apology. Let's take a look at social media. 100 billion naira is not a tiny piece of money. Now, this is the tweet that actually caused Nnamdi Kanu to file this lawsuit in the first place. Bashir tweeted, "Anybody advocating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, a terrorist and the leader of the proscribed terrorist organization, IPOB, should be considered a sworn enemy of this country." Nnamdi Kanu did not find that funny, hence this lawsuit. One user in response to this whole issue said, Osasu says, "Let me make it clear, I am not a fan of Nnamdi Kanu, but if Boko Haram fighters can be let out of detention and rehabilitated, why is Kanu worse than them? Please tell us." Same Osasu also says, Osasu, you've got a lot to say today. He says, "Bashir, Boko Haram terrorists took up arms and kidnapped and murdered people, as well as destroying people's homes and livelihoods. Has Nnamdi Kanu used inflammatory language? Yes. Has he taken up arms and killed anyone? Not the last time I checked. Or do you know something that I don't?" Adewale says, "Have some sense, Bashir. You can't continue to detain him without a reasonable trial. If the federal government has a good case against him, let it be put forward. This is how a reasonable human being should think. Rule of law, as always, nobody should be above it." Chike comically says, "From prison, how you see waiting Bashir post? Man is online every day." I do find that quite sinister that from prison, he is still commenting on the affairs of the country. But we'll see how that plays out.
You see that Bashir, I'm not surprised that Nnamdi Kanu is finally, suing that guy. That guy was in the government of Buhari. In fact, he's Buhari's brother. He never for one day criticized what Buhari was doing. But right now, he has left his government. And when I tell people that power is transient, I really mean every word I'm saying. Because today you are in power, you don't know how other people are thinking you should react or you should act to things, but you won't do it. When you leave power, you're not going to sit down in the comfort of your home and be tweeting things or Xing, excuse me, because it's no longer Twitter, it's now X. So you'll be Xing things that you don't understand. How is Nnamdi Kanu instigating violence for one day? Did you ever see? In fact, there was a time Nnamdi Kanu went to court and they asked him, what is going to happen if they release him? What about the kind of things that are happening in the insurgency and all that? And those people who are hiding under that to cause mayhem in the southeast, and it's in the southeast, yes. And he said the moment he is released, all that nonsense will stop. He said it. So how come people are thinking that Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist? He is not. He has never for one day even said any word that suggests he's a terrorist or carried arms like that man tweeted X'd and said he's going to use it on people. He has never done that. Don't call him. And when they say, the IPOB people are proscribed as a terrorist group, I disagree with that. I don't know. Most of you might agree with that on the comment section. But you see this Bashir guy, that Bash guy, he has caused more harm than good. If you check all his tweets, he's always writing against people, but he has never condemned Buhari while Buhari was in power. He never for one day condemned him because he's his brother. Let's table turn now. Let's see whether he will be saying the same thing. I'm very glad that even that guy, Adewale guy, is a Yoruba guy, and he stood and said, no, this is wrong. You cannot be detaining somebody. They took Nnamdi Kanu to court. He won all his cases. There is no case that was brought to the judges that Nnamdi Kanu did not win. He won all the cases. See this Adewale guy, he has told them, enough is enough. You can't be holding down somebody without any case. If there's something else that they are not telling us, they should let us know. Because it doesn't make sense that you carry somebody and go and keep for a long time nothing. But when they release the Boko Haram people say they are repentant. Boko Haram people are repentant, so they will bring them out and that they should not do anything to them because they have decided to repent. They are not going to unalive people again because of the fear of Boko Haram. Then you people now detain Nnamdi Kanu That's for life. You have detained him. No matter what he says, you have detained him. And for those of you asking, how can Nnamdi Kanu be in prison and see what people are writing on Twitter? Of course, Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, but he watches everything we are doing. Don't people visit him? If the people that are visiting him, don't they tell him things that are going on? He'll definitely ask to see his lawyer. Even if they were not giving him anything, or maybe there was no television in his room where he's locked up and all that. Moreover, he's with the DSS. It's not like he's in a normal prison. He's with the DSS. So the only thing is that they are restricting his movement. You get? It's not like they chained him and kept him somewhere that he cannot know what's going on. Don't you know that they buy newspapers for people who are in prison also to read, to know what's going on in the city? They know. So even if he doesn't have a TV, where a smart TV, you know, with a smart TV you can go on Twitter, which is now X, on it, or with a smart TV you can do so many things with a smart TV. So it's not like you must own a phone to be able to do certain things. So my own is that before you come for me saying, oh, because you are Igbo, I am not Igbo. I am not Igbo. I don't know Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not related to his wife, or I'm not his sister's friend. I don't know him. But let me tell you something. When injustice is done to one person and you turn a blind eye, the day it will be your turn, nobody will come for you. So I'm so glad that Nnamdi Kanu has sued Buhari's brother, because this is typical Buhari's brother. This same guy was holding Goodluck Ebele Jonathan accountable like you don't want to know. When all that was because he wanted his brother to enter. His brother now enter. What did he do? He flopped. His brother took Nigeria back to 1980s when we were not born. He took Nigeria back to the 70s. That's what he did. But he never criticized the brother's policies for one day. He never criticized Buhari for one day because he was eating fat in his government. But what did he do to... let me tell you, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan made a comment before he left. A comment is almost like when you say, yeah, I'm doing good to you, you're not seeing it. But don't worry, when I'm no longer working in this organization, you will see. And that's exactly what happened to this guy. Guys, thank you so much for clicking into this video to watch. God bless you. I don't take your love for granted, but I want you guys to put your thoughts in this matter. Is it good for them to hold Nnamdi Kanu and keep him in prison or wherever they have locked him just indefinitely, because the court has told them to release him and they refuse? And then when I say, there was somebody that came under my comment section the other day and said, why am I against Nigeria? I say, me against Nigeria. God forbid. If there's anybody I'm holding the government accountable, I'm not against Nigeria. I will never ever be against Nigeria. You see, Nigerians and Nigeria, they are my people for life. I will never support the government against Nigeria and Nigerians. The government are there for 4 years, at most 8 years, and they are gone. Another person will come. So why would I stand with the government against my people? I don't do that. Those who have followed me long enough know my stance. I will hold the fact that I'm supporting Nigeria does not mean that if the government do bad, I will close my mouth and say, oh, government, you have done well. No. I can't do that. And that is why I hold them accountable by calling them out and telling them that what they are doing is wrong. Now, Bashir has done this thing. Bashir is declaring someone a terrorist. Are they not supposed to arrest him? They will not arrest him. They won't. Let the tables turn. Let it be a person from the other divide calling this thing. You will know what by now they would have done. You will see what they would have done by now. The whole social media will be flooded, and they'll be dragging people up and down. So my own take in all of this is they should free Nnamdi Kanu. They should free Nnamdi Kanu because keeping Nnamdi Kanu there is causing a lot of problems for the people in the southeast. And you see, on Mondays they sit at home. Do you know that Monday is a day where you are supposed to, as a business person or a worker, go to work and do something? So you mean children do not go to school on Mondays, and you would think it's a normal thing to do? It is wrong. And I use this opportunity to say, instead of them pursuing Biafrans up and down, they should settle the case, or they should come here and talk. Because even the day Soludo was saying, oh, that even if they release Nnamdi Kanu, the peace will not return to the southeast. How are you sure, sir? Have you tried releasing him first to see if peace will not return? There will be normalcy. And I think the Enugu state government is also not helping matters, because he's pursuing the other people. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be telling the president to release Nnamdi Kanu. When you release Nnamdi Kanu, to me, I feel that there will be peace. So if you're watching this video, keep ethnicity aside, keep tribalism aside. You can see that Adewale guy is a Yoruba guy, but he's supporting that they should release Nnamdi Kanu. So it's something that we should look into and see that there's no point carrying all this tribalism and causing problem for ourselves. Nnamdi Kanu is unlawfully locked up, and you guys know the truth, but you're trying to hide it because of tribalism, because of all this nepotism and all that. At the end of the day, we think our leaders will not continue using us. They will, even when election come, they will say tribe for tribe. We should be careful.